What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Pancis. If it's your first time tuning in, please be sure to smash that subscribe button. If not, thanks for your continued support. Today we are in my 2004 Saab 9.5. This car has been, we put 5,000 miles on this car in 5 weeks. It's about 1,000 miles a week. Pretty freaking wild. A lot of driving. So in this video, we're actually going to be doing some preventative maintenance. And before we hop into the details, if the description of the video doesn't give it away, let's give this thing a nice cold start. It is, let me tell you the temperature outside, hold on. 38 degrees, and it's been 2 days since this car's been started. Flawless. So, let's hop into this video here after this car warms up a minute, and then I'll tell you guys what we're doing and why. Alright guys, so a couple months ago I did a video changing this starter motor on my 2002 Saab 9.3. This car, 245,000 miles. Not only are we going to change the oil again this month as we did just 5 weeks ago, because we drive so much, but we're also going to change the starter motor, and I'm also going to change the crank position sensor. Now, these are two items that I don't know have ever been replaced on this car. I'm sure the crank position sensor has been replaced. The car, one time last week, once it was warm, kind of gave a rough start. And I just figured, you know what? It's finally started after like 4 tries. It's the first time it's ever happened. The car was obviously warm, and it's a common symptom of a failing crank position sensor right there. I mean, it was the first time it's ever happened. Granted, it's cold season out, so maybe that helps prevent it from overheating or whatever. So, but for, you know, 50 bucks, whatever the part is, I got an OEM Bosch crank position sensor. So I'm going to try to replace that in this car today, because again, I don't know when it's been replaced last, and we have a lot of miles on this car, 245,000 miles, and 50,000 of those miles were put on by us, and of course we have never done that sensor. So it's worth replacing, you know, before it actually fails and gives somebody an issue starting somewhere. So we're gonna do that. And then the other thing is the starter on this car. You guys got a cold start on this thing, and obviously the starter motor works and it hasn't failed us yet, but it is sounding on the tired side. And my sister-in-law, who drives our 2008 Copart Saab, if you guys haven't followed that build from back a couple years ago, her starter motor actually just failed on them down in Florida, probably because there was some corrosion on there and it rusted through with some of the moisture. But regardless, all of these things, I figured, since they're really inexpensive parts and they all can leave you stranded, I figured, since we drive this car so freaking much, for $100 or $120, we're gonna replace all of these parts. And I got a remanufactured Bosch starter motor, which is OEM part to these cars, and we're gonna put it in, and we're just gonna put it in because I don't think the starter motor in this car has ever been replaced, and for 245,000 miles it doesn't hurt to change it. So that's kind of the preventative maintenance we're doing here. And I'm also gonna go ahead and replace some interior light bulbs, but I'm gonna probably keep that off camera. It's not that big of a deal, like the heated seat switches. There's a bulb out by the shifter, you know, just like little things that aren't a big deal, but might as well replace since we have the light bulbs already. So those are some things that we're working on in today's video. This car has been running so freaking well. We did a transmission flush on it the last video 2 weeks ago, and here we are today. We're going to do some more preventative maintenance. You know, all these things are like inexpensive to do, and if you're going to be driving a car as much as we drive this car, it's not a bad idea to just stay ahead. If you know things have been, like I said earlier, no clue how long they've been, or if at all. been replaced. So it's kind of what's going on here. Got to keep the car solid and reliable when everybody drives it. Stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, so change the oil, change the starter. We're gonna do the crank position sensor another day. I got the new one sitting right here. Just ran out of time, but I wanted to show you the old starter motor. This appears to me to be the original starter in the car. So for 250,000 miles, just about, that's a pretty reliable starter. I know I've seen them go at 180 or start to go bad at 180. I've also seen them go bad at 100,000 miles, but for 250,000 miles, that thing's in pretty decent shape still. Honestly, it really is. There was nothing really wrong. You guys heard the cold start, old start in the beginning of this video. But now that we have everything wrapped up in here, fresh starter, fresh oil, I wanted to just let you guys also know at 250,000 miles, 5,000 or 6,000 miles in 1 month, our coolant levels are remaining at par, our brake levels are remaining at par fluid-wise, our steering fluid is also doing well. I don't see anything underneath, and I don't feel like wrestling that thing open, but it's also doing pretty well, knock on wood. So let's actually give this thing a start up. I'm gonna go wash my hands, check the oil level here, and get this thing on the road. Pretty sweet, guys. All right, guys. So since earlier, we updated the interior. We got all of our interior lights working again. Down on here, heated seat buttons, and we got 2 left I gotta do over here, but I gotta place a quick order online because I just broke something while fixing everything. It's so stupid, like total waste of money, but whatever. Anyways, new starters in, fresh oil. So you guys heard the old start, cold start, and here is the fresh start. Nice. Really, really fast, energetic, thriving. That's what we want for an old Saab. So guys, that's the update for you on the 9.5. I would say this thing's pretty reliable. Obviously with age and normal maintenance that you keep up on, or preventative maintenance like I do, as you guys have been following the channel, a lot of work has gone into the car, but it's all, some of it's like needs to be repaired, some of it's because I like everything just to be perfect. So it's really a reliable car. I mean, there you guys have it. Good power coming in. This thing's running pretty good, guys. Brakes work good, fluids are good. I got all the interior lights working. I mean, the only thing I got left is that crank position sensor. I just kind of ran out of time, but it obviously is not a big deal. The one that's in there is still working. So, you know, if you guys just keep up the passion with these things, it will continue to treat you well. I mean, this thing can easily go another 250,000 miles, no problem, seriously. So that being said, if you guys are still looking for an old Saab and it's got 200,000 miles, I wouldn't be scared of it. I'd still buy it. I'm sure you can buy it pretty freaking cheap. And if you just watch my channel and my playlists, you'll learn how to really maintain it and get it to pretty much like new situation. This car literally runs like new. It's unbelievable. Seriously, I'm not even exaggerating by any means. It runs perfect, thankfully. A lot of hard work goes in, but it's awesome. It's a rewarding car. I still enjoy this car. So I've been driving this car more than my Jaguar the last month, and that's not only because of the baby situation at home, but also just because I've been driving so freaking much, and I don't mind driving this car. It's like a great road trip car. It runs good, it sounds good. Got a decent radio in here since we changed it. And of course the fuel economy is pretty amazing on the highway. So 28, 30 miles on the gallon for a 250,000 mile car. I don't know. You guys get my drift. So anyways, that's the update for you today on the car. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, everybody wants to buy this car off me. It's a really funny situation. You know, the FedEx driver the other day is like, well, if you're looking to sell it, let me know, buy it. And you know, we're not selling this thing. It's not going anywhere. It's that freaking cool. And look at these guys, look at them. They just go to the next road and turn around. Jesus, God. Whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna leave you guys off on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed putting it out there. Starter motors are pretty easy to do, guys. Check out the video linked above on the 9.3. So if you guys are talking about or thinking about doing yours, if yours is sounding old and tired, and you know, have a decent amount of miles on the car, then you should probably just go ahead and knock it out. I think you can get them rebuilt for like 110 bucks, 120 bucks, and then they give you a $30 core back. So what's that, $90 for a reliable, fresh, juiced up, energetic starter? I don't know, I think it's worth it. So we're done, we did it, and this car is continuing on its merry way, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe. I got some really incredible news to update you guys for next week. So enjoy the holiday season. It's definitely feeling festive out there. I like it. A lot of traffic out today. Of course, it comes along with its drivers. But hey, stay tuned for the update next week, and I will see you guys there. Thanks for watching this one.